The hit series Blue Bloods is the CBS network's flagship police procedural drama series that has enjoyed a comfortable primetime spot since 2010. With season 12 wrapping up, fans are wondering if a 13th season of the show is in the works. So stay tuned and don't go away, because Donnie Wahlberg breaks his silence on Blue Bloods season 13. First up, what is Blue Bloods really about? Let's take a look. At its core, the show centers on both the professional and personal hurdles that the Reagan family must overcome. The Reagans are a multi-generational family made up of members of New York City's law enforcement community. Tom Selleck, the man with the most iconic mustache in Hollywood, stars as Police Commissioner Frank Reagan, and actor Len Cariou plays his retired father, Henry. Actor Donnie Wahlberg is Frank's son, Danny, a sometimes cocky and outspoken detective. Actor Bridget Moynihan and Will Estes complete the main cast as Assistant District Attorney Aaron and NYPD Patrol Officer Jamie, respectively. As usual, season 12 was a big hit with fans, and each episode earned at least a 7.7 rating on the Internet Movie Database, and at least half of the season's episode earned ratings of 8.0. And in terms of network ratings, the show's ratings have been very strong. Recent episodes had the most viewers of any Friday night broadcast for a network show, and much of this success is attributed to the show's well-developed and complex characters, which is also a telltale sign of excellent writing. Fans love Danny's sarcastic remarks and old-school tough guy policing style, which makes him an entertaining yet controversial character. Next up, will the Reagans return for a 13th season? Let's find out. Many would think that because of the show's long-running history, stellar ratings, and massive popularity, that Blue Bloods would have a guaranteed renewal for a 13th season. But that's not the way it works. Furthermore, the network and stars of the show have been pretty silent about the show's future. But thanks to Donnie Wahlberg's affinity for Instagram, we now have a little more information. In a recent post, Wahlberg said, "That's a wrap on season 12. Makes this a little more special. Thanks to all who have supported and continue to support me and my TV family. Enjoy the show tonight and the next few weeks. Then, hopefully, we're on to season 13. There has been no official announcement from CBS about the future of Blue Bloods, but the series certainly has the ratings power to keep it on the air, and it's difficult to imagine CBS canceling one of its hottest shows if the main actors are willing to continue on. But we're going to shift gears here for a second and take a look at some of the things you may not have noticed in the Blue Bloods pilot episode. In general, after TV pilots are shot for various TV shows, a large percentage of them never make it to the TV screens. That's just the nature of the Hollywood machine. Shooting a TV pilot is the very first step in bringing a new TV series to audiences. Once the pilot is shot, processed, and ready to be seen, producers will set up a private viewing for studio executives. If the executives give the pilot a thumbs up, more episodes will be shot and the series will go to air. But if execs give the pilot a thumbs down, the series is immediately dead in the water. Although Wahlberg's comments don't amount to a solid confirmation of a 13th season, it's clear that he thinks it's definitely a possibility. Up next, speaking of pilots, is the Blue Bloods pilot very different from the series we've come to know and love? You bet! It's not uncommon for TV series to end up looking remarkably different from their pilot episodes, and Blue Bloods is a great example of this. It's probably been a long time since many of you have watched the show's pilot episode, so we're going to show you how the series has evolved since then. For many fans, it's difficult to imagine the character Jamie Reagan, who's played by actor Will Estes, romantically involved with anyone other than Edith Eddie Jenko, who's played by Vanessa Ray. But if you rewatch the pilot episode, you'll be shocked to find that before Jenko came into the picture, Jamie was engaged to an intelligent brunette named Sydney Davenport, played by Dylan Moore. Jamie Reagan decided to join the police academy upon graduating from law school after his older brother's suspicious death on the job. Sydney is extremely supportive of Jamie's decision in the pilot episode. However, it's clear that there's tension between her and the Reagans, and that she isn't exactly comfortable with Jamie's decision. And in the end, it turned out that Sydney didn't want to be the wife of a police officer because it was too much for her to handle. Of course, Jamie and Sydney end up calling off their wedding, and the two move on with their lives. Stay tuned and don't go away, because we're revealing how the hit series Blue Bloods has evolved over time from its original pilot episode. Next up, how has the set of Blue Bloods changed over the years? You're about to find out. One of the most important parts of any TV show that most viewers don't pay much attention to is the actual set itself. When some of the most popular shows end, their sets can become pop culture icons. Take, for instance, the show Friends and the fictional coffee shop Central Perk. And of course, there's Jerry's apartment in Seinfeld. Years after these shows ended, their sets are seared into the minds of fans around the world. And as far as Blue Bloods is concerned, the most important set location is without a doubt where the beloved family dinners are held. In the pilot episode, though, that set isn't the same as the one we've come to know and love. In the pilot episode, the kitchen is smaller and has white cabinets. But as the show progressed and the seasons moved along, the kitchen's color scheme changed to brown. No explanation was ever given for the change, it just happened. We can assume, though, that the change was made to give the space a warmer feel and reflect the show's darker themes. Whatever the reason for the change, it's clear that the kitchen is definitely an important part of the show, and in a sense has taken on a life and character of its own. This is where the family bonds, teases, and debates. Whatever happened to Henry's cane? Let's find out. Actor Len Cariou is considered by many in the entertainment industry to be a brilliant actor who knows how to bring characters to life and get the most out of what's on the page of any screenplay. Like many amazing actors, Cariou has a strong background in live theater. This is where most actors get their acting chops, because unlike TV or film work, when you're performing live on stage, you have to nail it. You don't have the option to do take after take, so you've got to get it right the first time. Cariou gave an award-winning performance of the very first Sweeney Todd in the late 1970s and brought those skills to bear as Henry Reagan in Blue Bloods. Cariou's performance in the pilot episode was strong, but his character was different from the one we know today. The biggest difference is that Henry initially walked with a cane. The reason for the cane in the pilot episode is that Henry had a hip replacement, but after that, the cane is not seen again. It's thought that because Henry is the head of the Reagan family, he should be viewed as strong because that's a major aspect of his character, and the cane made him appear weaker. Finally, was Nikki initially played by a different actor? Let's take a look. Recasting characters is a common occurrence in many TV shows and film franchises. This could be due to a conflict of interest between an actor and producers, or an actor could have an ongoing scheduling conflict with another project and be forced to pull out. But whatever the reason for recasting a character on television, many of the bigger recasts happen from the pilot onto the series because of the time passed between shooting the pilot and filming the rest of the episodes. In Blue Bloods, the character Nikki Reagan was recast for actor Sammy Gale. Gale was chosen to become the face of the younger generation of Reagans to appeal more to younger audiences. In the pilot episode, Nikki was played by an actor named Marlene Lawston, and since her brief time on the series, which was several years ago now, Lawston hasn't done anything acting related, so it's believed that she decided to pursue a different career path in life. But another big change from the pilot episode has to do with Frank and his girlfriend. In the pilot episode, there are two glaring similarities between Frank Reagan and Jamie. Both are in relationships, and both of their relationships ultimately fail. Frank's relationship with his girlfriend ends during the pilot episode. Frank's girlfriend, Kelly Davidson, played by Andrea Roth, is a reporter who turns out to be using Frank to get an inside scoop on big stories. During the episode, Kelly assembles her news crew and arrives at a crime scene before the police. As a result, Frank immediately ends the relationship, and if there is one thing we know about Frank, it's that he'll never let anyone take advantage of him. That's a wrap for today's video, folks. Thank you for watching.